Here with head coach Ryan Craig. You got that late tying goal late in the game. What does it mean to this team to get a point out of tonight?
Well, I think it was a pretty even game. I think we obviously had the start we wanted to. A few chances early, couldn't grab an early lead, which leads the game to be kind of a back and forth game, which it was. They get one there to go, but I thought we stuck with it. We win the third period to get a point, like you said. Obviously, you'd like to get out of two, especially at home, but overall a good point, and we'll try to get two tomorrow.
You face this team again tomorrow. What can you take from this game moving into tomorrow and then into the season?
Well, I think you can see the dynamic part of our back end, our D-men, how they drive our play. Our forwards continue to, we're a little young up front, which isn't an excuse. It's just a matter of learning the league, learning what counts. I think we can do a better job of putting pucks in behind them, establishing a forecheck, hanging on to pucks in the O-zone, those kind of things. Then, for sure, we have to make sure we get to the net front. There was times tonight where we weren't around the net, maybe as much as we could. A little bit of that we'll have to talk about, and we'll get ready for tomorrow.
You just mentioned the youth. Can you touch on what did you see out of some of the newer veterans coming in, Megna, Davies, those guys?
Well, you could see those guys drove the play. Add Coughlin in that group, right, as a guy that's coming back as a veteran guy. So there's those guys came back and played the game we expect them to play. We've got to know them kind of in the last month as you go through training camp here. But they're guys that are going to help us win hockey games.
Coming into this season, can you touch on your goaltending effort from tonight, Lindblom?
Yeah, Carl picked up where he left off last year, where he started off his camp this year. He makes a real big save with his right pad late to give us a chance to tie the game. And I think, obviously you don't get that, you go down two, and then it's a real tough hill to climb. So Carl played well. I thought he was solid for his first regular season start of the year, and we've come to expect that out of him.
Over two in the power play, what do you think from that group tonight?
Well, we had the 5-on-3. It's the first unit went out. We haven't had a lot of game reps with those groups. I think it's a matter of guys playing in positions and finding ways. I like that we attacked. We didn't start with the puck, though. When you don't start with the puck and you're having to break out each and every time, it ends up being a long time. So 5-on-3, obviously we would have got one. Their goalie made some good saves, but overall that some things to build on.
What did you think of the overtime period? I know obviously they maintained the puck for majority of the period. What would you like to see going forward in overtime?
Well, it's important to start with the puck in overtime. We saw that. Same as the power play. It helps you get off to a good start with your power play. We didn't. Unfortunately, we didn't win that battle off the face-off, and we never were able to get the puck back. So they got a line change. We got one guy out off, but at that point, they have three fresh guys out there, and we've chased around for the majority of the minute.
Tanner led the team in points last year. He gets a lone goal tonight. What do you expect to see from him this season?
Well, exactly that. A little bit of what we saw as the game went on. I thought his game got better as he went on. He's a big, heavy, strong guy in this league. A guy that can drive offense. We expect him to be heavy on pucks, heavy in the face-off circle, and continue to get to the hard areas to score like that and be one of the leaders of our scoring group.
The Canucks had a lot of shots close to goal tonight. Can you just talk about the goalie's experience and how he played?
Lindblom, yeah, like I said, he's picked up where he left off, and for us, he's one of our backbones of our team. He's our number one guy here. He's the guy that we know we're going to come to rely on here as we move forward. And like I said, he gave us a chance to win with some big saves in the third period.
Here with Jaycob Megna. Jaycob, first game, how did it feel out there?
I thought we played pretty well. It's a good building. It was good atmosphere. I think guys were excited to play. Took us a while to score, but we finally punched one through, and thought we did a good job sticking with it.
Can you touch on the goaltending effort tonight, only letting in the one goal in regulation?
Yeah, he's been great. He was great in preseason up with Vegas and down here too. He makes all the saves he's supposed to make. I'm not sure what he could have done really on either of those, but he also stole a couple he probably shouldn't have.
Can you touch on the effort, especially on that 6-on-5, getting that late, really greasy goal?
Yeah, it can get a little bit frustrating not scoring for almost 60 minutes, and thought we did a good job sticking with it, sticking to kind of our offensive game plan, and we were finally able to punch one through there.
It's a long season, but you got another game tomorrow. What can you take from tonight's game?
I think just the effort. I think we probably need to execute a little bit better, and we've got obviously a lot to work on. It's early on, but that was a big point, and those matter towards the end of the season. And you may not remember them, but it's always big to get a point.
You mentioned some of the work on for tomorrow. What are those things you need to work on?
Well, I'd like to score a few more goals. I think as a team, we'd be ecstatic to put a few more in. I thought we did a good job coming out of our end. But, we can always, through the neutral zone, I thought we kind of got lost a little bit. So I'm sure we'll look at some stuff. And, obviously it's a game 1 of 72. So lots to improve upon. But overall, I thought the stuff that, you can control as far as your effort and all that was there.
I'm not sure if anyone asks, but obviously they won the Calder Cup. Is it good to have that kind of challenge early on, or would you kind of like maybe a slower team, or is that nice to kind of get a good challenge out there?
Well, you know what? I think that's a different team than the team that won. Obviously, every year in this league, there's a lot of turnover, but it's always good to play, good teams early and kind of see where you're at. And they obviously play the same style they played last year, and that's obviously a winning formula. So it's good to go up against teams that are organized and kind of have a game plan, and you kind of see where you're at. It's always good.
The Knights controlled a lot of the first period offensively, but that kind of died down throughout the next 2 periods. Was that a change in the Canucks defense or offensively? Did you guys have some mishaps there?
I think our execution probably gave way a little bit, and I think we were not as. I thought we came out really flying. We were on our toes. We were excited to play, and you could see it. And I think they kind of settled into their game and gave their push. But I thought throughout the course of the night we didn't execute as well as we could have, but the effort was there for sure.
Thank you, Jaycob.
No problem.